Hitler's a joke. He'll never last.
Before inviting you here, we did, of course, examine your record. Everything more or less in order, except for one oversight. You never joined the party.
To play the part correctly, I went and spent some time in German, even though we were doing it in English, and made sure that the books I had, and found a lot of books, were the right ones that professor, the guy I play is a professor of literature in Berlin at the time. I realized in the course of making the movie that I had, sort of pretty deep-seated prejudices about some aspects of the German language is spoken, about Germans in general, and I kind of got past a lot of that, I think, most of it.
Was it eerie being in as much as you had cameras and crew around and everything during that final scene, was it eerie being in the camp?
The most unsettling thing about it had to do with the way we shot that scene, in that, it was late spring, it was summer, it was, a beautiful day, it was rather warm, and everything seemed sort of ordinary. I mean, every detail was correct, but it just seemed like, another day at the camp. There was nothing extraordinary about it, and I think that's, points out one of the strengths of our movie, in that it's not, there are no extraordinary individuals in this story. Extraordinarily evil, extraordinarily good. There is no great heroic gesture at the end, or tragic, finale or anything like that. It's unsettling, just like the camp was. Even as we were doing that long shot, towards the end, walking through, it's basically what you hear and see in the movie is what I was hearing and seeing. Very little that was jumped out in terms of sound or even visuals. I mean, there were some people that were in distress and not doing well and malnourished, and some people, there were some people dying or dead, but it seemed disturbingly normal, and it points out the fact that most things that go badly, whether it be in a personal relationship or in society in general, most of those things happen gradually.
Not you too, Johnny.
Was it very confronting having to put on the Nazi uniform?
I didn't expect it to be, really. I mean, I'd put one on before in a play, a while back, about 20 years ago. I just wanted it to look right, like everything else. But it was strange, when we did the fittings, for all the outfits he has in different periods of the story, which are mostly some kind of different suits and shirts and things. The last thing I tried on was this uniform, and I kept feeling that it didn't fit correctly, and I kept saying, no, it's fine. That's the way it's supposed to be. And I just it felt very awkward to be in it. Yeah. And I don't know how much that had to do with already being into the story, but it didn't feel right. Whereas when I did the play, I don't remember it. I remember it feeling that uncomfortable. But to some degree, any obstacle I've learned in the course of studying how to be a better actor over the years, I've always found that something that doesn't work, a scene that's not working, an outfit that doesn't fit properly, any obstacle, if you make friends with it, is going to actually take your performance or what you're trying to do and contributing to telling a story to another level.